Now available in paperback and e-readers. E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a wicked werewolf in this action-packed all-new E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman in paperback and e-readers today. Now available in paperback. John Haynes at Death's Door. The man who rules the world takes on the Greek god of death in this action-packed John Haynes series adventure. Pick up your copy of John Haynes at Death's Door at Amazon.com and other online booksellers everywhere. NBA superstar Kyrie Irving was suspended for 5 games for allegedly participating in anti-Semitic behavior. Now, the Nets allege that your Kyrie Irving participated in anti-Semitic behavior when he posted a link to the documentary Hebrews to Negroes, which is currently being streamed on Amazon.com. And your NBA is alleging that your Kyrie Irving participated in anti-Semitic behavior by sharing this documentary, which is available for anyone to watch on Amazon.com right now. And they say that he allegedly was influencing people to participate in anti-Semitic behavior, but I don't know about that whole allegation because it just really seems to me like your white supremacists what they want to do is go out here and punish Kyrie Irving for having an opinion that they disagree with. And this is where the NBA is looking basically like a slave plantation, where it's all based on a policy of it being them being white and they say so, and because they're white and they say so, they are saying that your Kyrie Irving is participating in anti-Semitic behavior for just sharing a link to a documentary that is readily available on Amazon streaming service. And if you want to go out here and watch said documentary, you can go out here and pay to watch that documentary and form your own opinion. Now, what's really troubling to me about this whole suspension of Kyrie Irving is it really flies in the face of our United States Constitution. Now, I thought here in the United States, people had the right to freedom of speech and freedom of expression, and I thought that people in this country valued the First Amendment, but it seems like NBA players who are black don't seem to have those same rights that American citizens are supposed to have. Now, it seems to me like what's happening here is that the NBA is going out of its way to try to punish Kyrie Irving for expressing his constitutional right to freedom of speech. Moreover, they're looking to try to punish him for expressing his freedom of religion, and that really runs counter to the United States Constitution. Now, I know if you work for a company, you are supposed to meet the standards for that company, but this really seems a bit excessive because it looks like to me that the NBA is overstepping things because, yes, he did go out here and share that link to this whole documentary on Amazon.com, but the whole thing is, why isn't anyone getting upset at Amazon.com for going out here and having this documentary on their website? And the reason why nobody's getting upset about Amazon having this documentary on their website is because to go after this documentary on Amazon would be clearly censorship, and it would be a violation of the United States Constitution and the First Amendment rights of your Jeff Bezos, who's the owner of Amazon, to be able to put products on his website. And again, if you're selling books and literature, you have to go out here and allow people to have a place on these platforms. So this would lead to a dangerous precedent, which would prevent people from being able to go out here, like independent publishers like myself, from being able to put stuff on their website. But again, why is no one going after your Amazon for having this on the website. This is where we have a double standard as related to this punishment. And this is where we see the racism as related to the NBA for going out here and punishing Kyrie Irving and the Nets ownership for punishing Kyrie Irving, because it seems like the only reason why they're punishing Kyrie Irving is because they disagree with Kyrie Irving's religious viewpoints, and they're disagreeing with Kyrie Irving's opinions regarding a said documentary, which basically is presenting points as related to what some call being a Hebrew Israelite. And again, this seems like they're going out here and willfully and intentionally going after your Kyrie Irving, and they're going after him just because he's a black man expressing a difference of opinion. And this really shows how some are out here are truly being hypocritical as related to the Constitution, because you can have other people out here, they can go out here and say whatever they want, but if a black man says something and it's an opinion they don't like, what they want to do is try to destroy that black man. And this is another case of them looking to buck break another black man. So when I look at the case of your Kyrie Irving, it's looking like a case of your white supremacists in the NBA, slave plantation, looking to go out here and deal with an uppity slave and looking to break that uppity slave and make him submit to their terms. And that's what they want to do with your Kyrie Irving. They want to break this slave. And what I find to be quite troubling is that you had people like your Shaq and your Charles Barkley and many others going out here and saying that Kyrie Irving should apologize. But in contrast, the same organization, the Brooklyn Nets, while they're demanding an apology for Kyrie Irving for posting a link on his social media to a documentary that's readily available on Amazon, they're also hiring your Ime Udoka to be their head coach, and your Ime Udoka is a sexual harasser. So this is really showing how your NBA, it's another case of I'm white and I say so. It's okay to go out here and hire a man who participated in sexual harassment in Boston, but when you go out here and have a black man who posts a link to a documentary on Amazon, it just shows how arbitrary the so-called rules are as related to heterosexual black men, and how arbitrary and trivial these rules are as related to going out here and punishing someone for violating these rules. And again, it just shows how insecure many of these racists are in the NBA and outside of the NBA. Many of these individuals want to go out here, and what they're doing is what I've said before. What they do is hide behind a shield, whether it be a religion or a sexual orientation, and then they use that as a way to participate in their anti-black racism towards an individual that they're targeting. And the reason why they're possibly looking to target your Kyrie Irving is because your Kyrie Irving before went out here and defied your New York mayor as related to this jab mandate. And a lot of those, and the Nets lost a lot of money, and they didn't make it to the playoffs, all because your Kyrie Irving decided to stand up for his individual rights that he's guaranteed under our United States Constitution, which give him life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and are also protected under the Constitution as related to his own bodily autonomy. And this is what has many of the slave masters in the NBA upset, that this black man is standing up for his constitutional rights as a U.S. citizen. And because this black man is standing up for his rights and stood against a mandate which basically wanted to take away his bodily autonomy, this is one of the reasons why they're upset. And they're further upset that this man is going out here and practicing his freedom of religion. And this is what has them so upset. And what's really troubling is that these people feel like they have a right to go out here and just abuse your Kyrie Irving. And again, they want to go out here and punish a man for going out here and expressing his freedoms that he is supposed to be guaranteed under the U.S. Constitution. Now, this goes beyond a private company telling you what to do. This is basically people trying to oppress someone and trying to force their will on someone. I mean, I've seen this type of behavior back when I was in junior high school, and these type of individuals, they want everybody to participate in monolithic thought. And that's a scary thing, because when people participate in monolithic thought, it shows how deeply insecure they are and how powerless they feel about life overall. Because these individuals are scared of not being able to have power for themselves, or that what they want to do is have power over others, and it's all about them trying to get as much control over others, because a lot of these people don't really feel secure in themselves. And the big thing that leads, the paradox that happens with these kinds of individuals, is the more power and control they try to take over people, the more they lose control over themselves, because as they continue to escalate their behavior, you start to see how completely insane these individuals are, because it's all about them trying to get control over people because they're afraid of taking control over themselves. And again, it's comes from a place of insecurity, and what they want to do with a guy like Kyrie Irving is they're scared of him being influential over others, and they're afraid of losing control over others. But this just shows how out of control their behavior is becoming. Now, a lot of people want to say that your Kyrie Irving, he's in the wrong, but I don't know. Again, when I see people's First Amendment rights being challenged, and it's just only the black man being challenged, it just shows me how racist things are. Because if you had an issue with this documentary, you'd have had an issue with it back in 2018 when it came to Amazon.com, and people would have been out here lobbying to go out here and demand that Jeff Bezos take this off his website. But nobody was upset about this documentary. It's been sitting on Amazon's site for 5 years, and currently it's still on Amazon's website. And I don't really understand why they're upset at Kyrie Irving, outside of just looking to go out here and buck break a black man. Because the only reason why I believe that your NBA and the Nets are upset at Kyrie Irving is because you have a black man who's out here being a free thinker, having independent thought, and this is what has them upset, that they're mad that this man is not going out here and towing their line and being a good and dutiful slave like your Shaq and your Charles Barkley, looking to lick the boots of your white supremacists, who basically have a policy of I'm white and I say so, and because they are white and they say so, what they want to do is demand that your Kyrie Irving go out here and apologize. And your Kyrie has apologized and apologized multiple times, but that doesn't really appeal to the white supremacist, because the white supremacist doesn't really care about the apology. What the white supremacist wants is to see your Kyrie Irving being a broken man, because your white supremacists, what they want are broken men who have their eyes down on the floor, completely submissive, and look to go out here and buck dance and bojangle. That's what they want from a Kyrie Irving. They want to see this man completely broken and submitted, because they're seeing these heterosexual black men like your Colin Kaepernicks and many others standing up, and you can't have slaves standing up on the slave plantation, because if slaves stand up on the slave plantation, then you've got a problem, because those slaves can eventually stand up and eventually start pushing back against their policies. And that is one of the things that your white supremacists don't like as related to the NBA. They really don't like the idea of these slaves believing that they're human beings, because what they're looking for these slaves to do is go out here and dribble that basketball and go out here and be dunking balls. That's all they want. They want to see these black men just going out here and dribbling that ball and dunking it and trash talking. But they don't want those black men articulating themselves and presenting themselves in an intelligent fashion. They don't want to see that kind of black man, and that's what they got in Kyrie Irving, a black man who can think for himself. And that's one of the things that they want to suppress, is the whole idea of a black man going out here thinking for himself, going out here and showing that he can go out here and think outside of their box. Because what they want from Kyrie Irving is to be a spellbound slave, going out here just fitting in the box that's acceptable to your white supremacists. Now, if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App, because this video will not be monetized. And if you want to pick up some of my positive black fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBook store, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman. Hell's Aspiring Angel takes on a wicked werewolf in this action-packed all-new E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman in paperback and e-readers today.